This is about Twitter networking. What I find personally the goal of Twitter is to get as many followers as you can, reach as much influence as you can, and I have a link to my YouTube channel that I promote from Twitter. So I use Twitter as a marketing tool to um, help promote my YouTube channel. Um, I also connect with people on Twitter, socialize on Twitter, and I find the people on Twitter more interesting than the people I know in real life. For example, I find the things they post on Twitter a lot more interesting than things people post on Facebook for people I already know. That's why I like Twitter a lot more than Facebook. Um, it's a skill to learn how to gain followers on Twitter. It's a skill you can learn um, over practice and effort. Twitter, how should I say this? The more you post on Twitter, the more followers you will get. I don't care what you're posting. You could be posting the dumbest possible, most boring, monotonous tweets. The more you tweet, the more followers you will get on Twitter because what people do is they look on the hashtags and they look to see what's trending and they'll see, oh, you mentioned so and so, and then they'll follow you, and that's how you gain a following on Twitter is by just tweeting a lot. You can reply to other people, or you can just do tweets in general. And people search the system to see, oh, you mentioned Harry Styles, so you'll get followers from people who like Harry Styles or whatever. And that's the basics of how you gain followers on Twitter is just tweeting. Um, but the whole networking thing is very important because you're being influenced by the other people on Twitter, and they how should I say this? They're very important to you because they inspire you or they uh, help you find some things out in whether that's music or business or politics um, or any field you want to work in, any uh, content creation. You can learn so many things from the short little tweets they post on there, and it's so important to network on there, and the whole experience is very interesting. Um, is there anything else I had to say? Um, it's the same thing as Instagram, or what was the other one? I treat Instagram in a similar way. I treat Twitter. Um, Instagram, a lot of times I just follow people and then they follow me back, or they see my YouTube channel and then they go to my YouTube channel, or I do the same thing on Twitter. Like I try to follow as many people as I can, and you should try to follow as many people as you can because the more people you follow, the more people follow you back, and the more um, people because every time you follow someone, they get a notification and they click on your profile and then they could see your YouTube channel and then they could go visit your videos. I view Instagram the same way as I use Twitter. I don't spend much time on Instagram, but when I do, it's sort of like the same idea. Except Instagram is more about art, whereas Twitter's more about ideas. There is art on Twitter and there is ideas on Instagram. It's just for me personally, I use Twitter for ideas and I use Instagram for art. I like seeing art on Instagram and I like seeing ideas on Twitter. And that's what I use the platforms for. And every platform I use for a different thing. I make comments on under YouTube videos to try to get people to think, oh, I'll click on his profile to see his channel. And so I try to leave as many. The more YouTube videos I watch, the more comments I leave, and it helps promote my channel. Um, it's all cross marketing. It's all cross promotion. And I get to be educated by some intelligent YouTuber who's reached the top of the spectrum, the top of the curve, and I get to be influenced by them, and they sometimes click my comment to see my channel, or other people who watch their channel click their comment to see my channel. If I'm commenting on a smaller creator with just like 30 subscribers, that just has like 30 subscribers, usually they'll be the ones that click on my channel. Usually men are more likely to click on my channel in that case than women are, because men probably have more free time on their hands or something. I don't know, but yeah. So if you comment on a bigger channel that has like 4,000 comments per video, then more than the creator, you're trying to get the other commenters to see, or reading the comments to see what you have to say, and then they click on your channel, and then they increase your popularity of your channel. Every time you get a click on a video, it increases it helps with the algorithm. Any single click you get helps with the algorithm, believe it or not. You might think it doesn't help, but it does help. Every one click helps. Every 5 seconds they spend watching it really helps. You might think it's not that big of a deal, but it actually does help, because it shows YouTube, okay, this guy's got some sort of popularity, so it helps me in general. So yeah, but Twitter is my favorite platform because I just spend hours and hours on that, and it's just like, and I listen to music while I do it. So if I want a YouTube channel about music, like my Duran Duran video did well, much better than my videos normally do. I did yesterday, and so if I want a channel about music, I'll be listening to a lot of music, and I can do album reviews. Like I did the new review of the Duran Duran album yesterday, yesterday. And I'll do more album reviews in the future, because but more importantly, I want to talk about music in general. And I know I've got controversial music opinions, but that's part of the fun of having a platform, is you get to promote your controversial music opinions, even though most people are going to disagree with you. You get a soapbox. You get to say everything you want. You say whatever dumb ideas you have. And it's kind of funny to see people reacting in the comments of all my dumb ideas, like I'm like I'm on VH1 or something, and I'm like some sort of tastemaker. But I know I'm not a tastemaker, but I'm like it's almost what you get to be. It's almost like I get my own VH1 channel on here, so it's pretty funny. So I spent a lot of time on Twitter. This video is about networking. Yeah, it's a good place to socialize. I don't know if it's kind of a dumb thing to say, but I don't know if people use Twitter for dating. I know some people use Twitter for dating. I'm interested in seeing if I could use Twitter successfully to get dates, because Tinder doesn't really work that well for me, to be honest. But I'm interested to see if I can get dates from Twitter. It's actually pretty hard to get dates for me in general, but I'm going to see if the more time I spend on Twitter, if I can get dates from doing that. At the same time, most of those people are in like other parts of the United States or other parts of the country. So it's going to be pretty hard to do, but I'm going to try to figure out how to do it. It's pretty complicated, I know. But I'm going to try to figure it out. It's just networking. So that's another part of networking, is you use it for dating. Use it to increase your business on your YouTube channel. You let them influence you. You become a better person. I think people who spend all their time on Twitter are very well-rounded, intellectually sharp people who know what's going on in the world and knows the latest cultural signifiers. And if I want a YouTube channel about culture, I have to follow the culture on Twitter. There is culture on YouTube, but a lot of times if you follow these cultural YouTubers, they pick like one thing. They just pick a whole video where they make fun of Gary Vee, and they're like, the whole video is just like, oh, Gary Vee's so arrogant, and he doesn't know what he's talking about, or it's just like the whole video is just making fun of Gary Vee, or like they make whole videos about talking about Tumblr culture or whatever. It's just funny how I was gonna say. It's just funny how the culture is based on Twitter. The culture is based on Twitter. And so if you really want to be part of the culture, you have to be on Twitter. And I use other websites. I use NeoGaf. 10 years ago it was called NeoGaf. Now it's called ResetEra.com. It's a video game forum, but I use it for the off-topic section. I also learn the culture from that website, and it keeps me on top of the culture. And if I want to be a cultural YouTuber, then I have to I have to I have to pay attention to the latest news and goings-ons about different movies, different music, and stuff. Um, and I have to pay attention to all the latest things that are going on, latest controversies from influencers on YouTube or whatever. If ContraPoints has a controversy, I'll be the first to know about it because I follow all the latest gossip columnists on Twitter and Reset Era, and so I know I'm not columnist, but whatever. Um, and that's how you stay on top of the culture is you spend a lot of time on Twitter. I know people who don't spend any time on Twitter. They don't use Twitter at all. They just spend all the time going to bars and or playing video games. And if you just play video games and go to bars all day, you're not going to be on top of the culture. You're not going to be knowing. You're not going to know what's going on. Like I used to know a guy who just watch. Who would what do you call it? Go to BBC.com or what? It was like the world BBC news. He used to go there for the global BBC news, which is fine. You get that, but like the global BBC news. But you're not going to be getting a well-rounded diet of information if you're not on Twitter. So I like being influenced on Twitter, and I like trying to be an influencer, even though it's nearly impossible to actually grow to be the influencer that I want to be. At the same time, a lot of things are impossible, and I don't have a lot of things to do with my time. I don't have a lot of options as far as career paths to go down with my personality type. People find me very abrasive when I go in the workforce. As you can probably tell, I have a very abrasive personality. I don't want to have that, but it's just what I have. And so, yeah, I want to be a professional YouTuber. So I've noticed people who are professional YouTubers a lot of times have a big Twitter following, and you think, oh, they're watching their YouTube channel and then they're going following them on Twitter. I don't think that's how it works. I think people's Twitter following and their YouTube following grow at the same time. And I think the more followers you have on Twitter, the more followers you have on YouTube, subscribers you have on YouTube. I think those things grow in tandem. In the sense that the more time you spend on Twitter, the more time people will spend viewing your content on YouTube. So it's not separate things. Like, oh, you have a Twitter following, so and you happen to have a big Twitter following and you happen to have a big YouTube following. That's not a coincidence. You work on those things together. They're byproducts of each other. They help each other. Your YouTube following will check out your Twitter stuff, and your Twitter following will check out your YouTube stuff. That's not a separate thing. That's the same thing. And the more time you spend on Twitter, it will help your YouTube channel. Just make sure there's a link in your Twitter account, on the top of your Twitter account for your YouTube channel, and they will help each other grow. And I've seen people like ContraPoints. ContraPoints probably ContraPoints' YouTube channel grew in tandem with her Twitter account. I think her name is Lola Sebastian. Her Twitter account grew in tandem with her YouTube account, and people's they grow together. And the more time you spend on Twitter, the more time it'll help your YouTube channel, and it's all just it's they're all codependent on each other. They're all codependent on each other, and it just takes effort, and a lot of it is just how many tweets do you do per day. Gary Vee says you should make 100 pieces of content a day, and if one of those is a YouTube video and 99% of 99 of them are tweets, that's a good thing. You can't tweet too much. See, I've gotten to the point I can do a vlog every day on YouTube. I can do a vlog every day on YouTube, no problem. It's not even that big of a deal. I'm pretty comfortable and confident from the camera. I could do this every day, and it's a piece of cake. I still have a low self-opinion, and it's still hard for me to talk in front of the camera like this, but It's a requirement if I want to do this, and I have to throw that caution to the wind and do this anyway, even if I do have a low self-opinion. It doesn't matter, because I want to do this so bad, and because I want to make a career on here, I do this vlog every day, and it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. It's the same thing with Twitter. I know I'm going to sound like an idiot a lot of times. The more I tweet, I'm going to sound like an idiot, but at the same time, I don't want to tweet that much. Usually I just tweet about 10 times a day. You're supposed to do as many as you can, but usually I just do 10, because generally speaking, I would rather read other people's tweets than read my own, think of what I want to tweet, because I don't really have that much interesting things to say, but sometimes I do. And when I do think of something, I share it. Anytime I think of something to say, I share it. I think that's natural. I think it's natural to share what you have to say, and this is the wave of the future. It's all about networking, and it's all about is my lighting okay? It's all about, is my lighting okay? This camera sucks. It's all about how many followers can you get, how many subscribers can you get. That's all life is. Do you want to work at a supermarket, or do you want to be an influencer? What do you want to do with your life? And so you combine Twitter with YouTube, and together those things work together in tandem. And the more following you have in one place, the more following you have in another place. That's Twitter networking. Okay, that's Twitter networking. The more people like you in one place, the more people like you in another place. It's all additive. It's all cumulative. The whole thing is cumulative. The more effort you put here, the more it helps you there. It's not either or, right? It's not, I spend time on YouTube, so I don't have to spend time on Twitter, or I spend time on Twitter, so I don't have to spend time on YouTube. No, you do them both together, and they become codependent on each other, and they help each other out from a business perspective. You can use it for dating too. You can try to pick up chicks on Twitter too. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just every time you follow somebody on Twitter, that's going to help your YouTube channel, because they click on your channel, and every single view you get, that helps. Even if they watch for 5 seconds or 1 second, that's good. It helps me. I don't care how long they watch. I do care how long they watch, but that doesn't really matter, as long as they pay attention to me. I'm in the business of attention, getting people to notice me, see my face, look in these eyes, see who I am through these eyes. Okay, learning who's inside me. I want people to see the real me, who's inside me, what I look like. Learn this face. Just learn me. Be near me. It's like the ABC song, Be Near Me. And, I need people to spend time with. I need them to notice me. And YouTube and Twitter is the ultimate way to get people to notice me. And yes, I can do this in real life too, but I'm not going to make money just by socializing in real life. See, I don't make money by networking in real life. I've done that many times, and it goes poorly every time. And it doesn't lead anywhere. Networking, regular, like 20th century networking, doesn't really go anywhere for me. That's not what I'm about. Old-fashioned networking doesn't work for me. It's never led me to a career. Okay? Old-fashioned networking has never led me to a career. But my hope and my faith is that networking on the internet could lead to a career, and that is my goal. That is my goal. I have a job, but I have a part-time job, but it's not a career. It's not something I want to do for the rest of my life, whereas the YouTube channel is something I want to do for the rest of my life, hopefully. Ideally, this is what I do for the rest of my life. Is that everything? And it takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of patience. Okay, I think that's it. Let me know in the comments below. Do you try to network on Twitter, or do you just use Twitter for fun? Let me know in the comments below, how do you use Twitter? Please subscribe to this channel to be part of the community. And please like the video. It really helps out the channel a lot. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.